بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على مولانا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, indeed we bear witness that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is servant and messenger. May peace and blessing be upon him, his family, and those who follows him till the day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, which can be translated to, O who you believe, fear Allah. Fear Allah as he should be feared, and die not except as a Muslim. And ulama said, if you would like to die as a Muslim, then you have to live as a Muslim. You have to live as a Muslim every day and every minute of your life. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you this, that you will die as a Muslim. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, the main important thing in our life is the investment in time, or the usage of time. Time is extremely important, and time is life. And when many people go to time management, the first thing they will hear from the trainer, why you keep saying I don't have time? Everyone in this life has 24 hours a day. Nobody has 25 hours a day. You should say, I don't know how to manage time. This is the right wording. And managing time is a skill that makes us use the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us in this life. Every day passed is minus from our life. Don't think that you are having more time in life. Basically, you are having less time in life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He described that we will live 60 or 70 years, and you are 50, which means you still have only 10 to go. And you are 55, you still have only 5 to go. And we have to keep this alive, and we have to remember it, because everything around us doesn't remind us of this. It just reminds us of hopes and wishes and do this and do that. It's good, but we have to remember also that one day we may not be in this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us many ni'am, many bounties. We thank Him for all these bounties. The bounty of Islam and health, freedom, stability. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us those all. As I said in the first khutbah, the main challenge a human being faces is to live as a human being. No more, no less. We are not asked to become angels, nor we are pressed to become close to Satan. What we have to live as human beings. And the best form of human being, of humanity that you live, that you will be, is servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all slaves of Allah, all humanity. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إن كل من في السماء والسماوات والأرض إلا آتي الرحمن عبدا لقد أحصاهم وعدهم عدا وكل آتيه يوم القيامة فردا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everyone as their his slaves, because He created all of us. But some of us will choose to become servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consciously, to become servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through knowledge, through awareness. And we have to do that. And to do that, my dear beloved brothers and sisters, we have to have clear in our mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a amana, a heavy trust that we have to fulfill in this world. First, we have to worship Him and to please Him, and also we have to work for this world and make it a better place to live. We have to be ambassadors of goodness. We have to forward good to anyone that comes close to us in our lives, whether in jobs, whether in neighborhoods, whether in our daily dealings. This is how Muslims should be. And to do this mission, and to do this risala, we have to be effective. We cannot just do anything and hoping that we will be successful. As they say that insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again, thinking, believing, or thinking to have a different result. If you drive north, you will reach north. If you drive north thinking you will reach south, I don't know when you will reach south. So that's why we have to be effective. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, in this verse which I would like you all to ponder on, it is in Surah Nahl, ayah 76. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala propounds to you the parable of two men. One of them dumb, unable to do anything of his own accord, and a sheer burden on his master. To whichever task to latter directs him, he accomplished no good. Can such a one be considered the equal of a wise man who enjoys and orders justice and himself follows a straight pathway? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us an example, give us a comparison, and give us a principle. This example is between two men. One of them, wherever you send him, he will not do good, and he's just a burden. Does this person equal to somebody who orders justice? And keep in mind, some of the Mufassirin said that why, or it could have been orders truth, haqq, but they say that haqq, the truth, is included in justice. When you do justice, you always hit haqq, but you can be doing haqq, but sometimes you don't do justice. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that no ya'muru bil haqq. He enjoys and orders justice. Certainly he will reach the truth. These two personalities, it's two pictures of one effective person and one non-effective person. One who has results, one who does not have results. One, whoever you sent him will bring some work done. One who you sent him, he will bring nothing. Which one we as Muslims has to follow? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this give us a principle that our work should be effective. No matter how small it is or big, it should be effective. Within our individual life, within our family life, or within our society and environment. How we do that? Then we have to be proactive. We have to go ahead of what's happening and beyond what's happening. Usually we react to many things in this life. I don't pay attention to my kids until somebody does something that I don't like. I don't pay attention to my family until something happens that I don't like. I don't pay attention to my community until something happens that I don't like. And it goes on and on and on like this. Muslims, my dear brothers and sisters, based on this ayah, should not be like that. A Muslim should be proactive wherever he or she is, in any land, in any place, in this nation, as we are part of it, as Muslims, as American Muslims, that we have to be effective and we have to be proactive. So things will not be planned in our absence. As they say, philosophers say, that everybody has abilities. For example, if I don't speak Chinese, it does not mean that I don't have the ability to speak Chinese. But what philosopher says, that the Chinese was brought up in your absence. You were not there. I think that Muslims, we, American Muslims, should think that we should never leave our chair empty. How we do that? Then we have to be effective. We have to participate, and we have to plan events and do our plans instead of working for other people's plan. How we do this? Based on this ayah, that we have to be very, very effective. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, and the first thing we have to do, always ask the question, what can I do? What is in my capacity to do? And that will lead us to many good things. We in CARE, we took decision that we will be effective as much as we can. And whenever there is possibility that we can get involved and participate to bring goodness, to be in a side of benefits and good to the public, to make the public aware of what Muslims are and what Muslims do in this nation as part of it, in a social level, in economic level, in cultural level, in all levels. We do what is possible and what we can. And this is by the help of Allah first, then by the support of our community. As you know, within 2 weeks' time, we will have CARE banquets. I request all of you, as a part of this effectiveness, to please attend, to please get your ticket today. If you are alone with the family, get your ticket today. If you are or you represent an institution, take a table today. The brother will be outside, inshallah, after khutbah. And I hope one of the things that we can do to be part of this effectiveness, it's to get involved. And as I said in the first khutbah, whether you get involved or not, you are part of whatever happens in this world. Because this world doesn't know vacancy. If you are present and you discuss, things happen. If you are out, things happen. So you are participating in any way. And we should choose which way we have to go. إني داع فأمنوا اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن له الحق علينا. اللهم اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. أقم الصلاة.